Welcome, everybody. And I know y'all are, listen, we're going to have this conversation off first. I am nervous, like always, but we're going to start this off by branding our new show is She Talking Tea. It's not the tea you need, but it's not the tea you want, but it's the tea you need. And today we're doing responsibility. And right now I'm going to introduce my special guest. Everybody already knows my bestie from another man.
That is not rhyme at all.
I'm not a rapper.
I am not at all.
I'm not a rapper. So we have Miss Randy Glover here.
Hello.
And then this beautiful chocolate goddess.
Aww.
You know I gotta represent. This is my love. This is like my other, well, she's my sister, and they said in love. So this is Miss, you spelled that, it's Andrea.
He said you called her a goddess. So he's Athena it is. I like it. I like it. Now you know Athena, that's Angela Bassett's character now. You know she is.
I'm gonna keep it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So,
Put it back.
Right. Her name has been changed officially.
So yes, we have these beautiful ladies here with me today, and we're going to talk about the different responsibilities in life. So we're going to give y'all the tea that y'all need, because everybody is just tripping and they don't know the truth and how to be responsible out here in this world. But we're going to do some getting to know these ladies. I mean, everybody knows Miss Randy is the owner, CEO, boss lady of all that jazz entertainment. So what we got coming up, ma'am?
Wow. So all that jazz is doing a lot. We're going to be hosting part of the comedy show at Posh Event Center. So we'll be doing the food and the drinks. So you'll be able to see the catering and the bartending side of all that jazz. We're going to be at the Epicenter at the car show, one of the vendors. So, you know, we rocking and rolling. We've been doing some marketing stuff, photo shoots, which was a lot of fun. My staff is hilarious.
And sexy.
And they're beautiful. I was like,
I didn't realize they are a good looking bunch.
I was like, I didn't realize how gorgeous y'all are. Like, this is like TV. Like,
it's like food bar porn.
But they rocked it. Like, if they were all like, they were nervous, but I was like, y'all are gonna be fine, man. We get in there and they're just giving angles and I was like, what? So all that jazz is moving. That's what we're doing.
Yeah,
we are moving. We're rocking.
So, I mean, I know y'all know her, but we're going to let the goddess,
Athena,
tell us what's in her life and give us a little something about yourself and what does the A have to get welcome to? Because aren't you coming back?
I am coming back. We're coming back officially at the end of the month. We will have relocated from California. We've been spending like the last 6 years out there, and so this is where family is, and so I'm ready to be back. But since I've been out there, I have also started a business. I have a craft service business. For the folks who maybe don't know, craft service, they take care of all the snacks and beverages on production sites. So if you have any gigs coming up, commercial, television, let me know. I would love to do that for you. You can follow me on Tabletop Crafty on Instagram. I'm going to just plug my Instagram, Tabletop Crafty on Instagram.
Yes.
And also tell the people, production companies, to pay those people. Please pay the people. We're on a writer strike right now, so we're a little slow, but writers are definitely, they're needed.
Yes.
They're necessary, and they definitely need to
be responsible.
They need to production companies need to be responsible to the people who are actually helping them make their money.
Exactly.
You know, so that's what I've been up to.
Okay, ladies. So since y'all see I hang around bosses,
I'm
gonna just, plug in my little, Edible Thoughts Bakery, get your treats, either way, I can get with her. I mean, just whatever, we family, we help help each other. So let's get into these icebreakers, ladies,
Uh-oh, Lord.
because you know
I'm nervous.
We should be. She's
I
setting
can't-
us up. She's
I
setting us
can't
up.
sing, but
What?
these lovely, like, why did you put cupcakes?
Cupcake shouting. Cupcake shouting.
Okay.
Yeah, now y'all gonna regret that.
Oh
But
God.
we didn't do it.
Okay, what's the game?
So there's
Setup. It's a setup.
So there's this YouTuber and he's awesome, Terrell, and it's the Terrell Show, and they do this thing where it's word association with songs. But I added a little twist to it because not my fault. Y'all have beautiful voices. Not my fault.
flickery.
Yeah, not my fault. You should have been like me.
I would have warmed up the car.
Yeah. So, but I added a twist to it. Instead of just words,
Uh-huh.
I added some artists in there that y'all would have to put. Just randomly pick an
Oh,
artist.
wow.
This is
And do a
Wow.
song, you know, and
Wow.
I put artists I like because I want to
Okay.
hear my favorite songs.
Okay.
Rude.
Okay.
Yeah. So since I'm so rude, best friend, why don't you go first?
Let me just go ahead.
I love you too. That's our
I
way of
got
saying.
to.
That's our way of saying we love each other.
Okay, she,
She. So now you have to come out with a word that has she in it.
a song that has she. I'm glad you do. You want to share
One.
with the
Yeah, she got her own thing.
That's why I love her.
Y'all cheating.
Miss Independent.
Yes, I am independent.
Yes, she got
Yup.
her.
Yes.
Yes.
Hi, Jalen.
Yes. Hey, Jalen, that's my marketing and content director, Jalen. Mwah. He does an amazing job. So if
Hi,
you're following our
Jalen.
Instagram, that's that
That's
dude
him.
right there.
That's
Him.
him.
That's that dude right there.
So since you want to cheat for your
I
sister-in-law,
didn't, she, it was almost like a
This-
borrowing of a
this-
word.
right,
Like,
no.
It was a tag team.
It
a
was.
tag-
It
Woo.
was. And we all knew that song. So
Exactly.
shout out to him. All right, let's see.
Stop being a hater.
oh, PMJ, that's Pastor Michael.
Oh, I got you.
Y'all cannot
Pastor
get that.
Michael.
Pastor Mike,
Mike McClure.
Mike Jr. So he did Big, the song
Is it a gospel?
Yes.
He's can't nobody do me like you, Jesus.
Come on!
That was-
Yeah. Hey, come on! See, I got it. Hey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
That
got
was just
it.
a little razzle for you.
Wait, say little something.
Look.
They getting warmed up in here. You can hear it. You know,
Now, why we playing?
You right.
I
right.
can sing. That's why.
So
And I'm the host.
so
We still breaking ice.
But
Break it.
damn it, her.
Yep.
Damn it. Shit. What's that song she has? Where's Come on.
Now, is that the person
The
her,
person her.
or the word her?
No, the person her.
Oh, dang it. Now listen.
The
to
song
it.
she said, the song she say, "Come over." I can't sing.
Can I come over?
Can I? Yeah, and it says she's swinging in town.
Ain't that with her
That's
and Chris
Aaliyah?
Brown?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It's her and Chris Brown.
Oh,
I know
I
you're
know
talking about, but I
I
don't
know.
See, and that's
Yeah.
why I can't play
Yeah.
this because
No, but
I can't
Yeah.
hold a tune. Or she sing that song. What other song she sings?
tell me I'm the best I am.
Yeah, hey.
I'll be good like yes I am.
That's a good one.
Girl, I'm the best I am. Be sure to love me best I am.
Yeah, so there we go.
I'm glad we don't have to know. all
Terrell
the
would be
words.
very upset with us at this.
Whatever we
Because we cheating like a mug. On
look,
this.
look,
that's his show.
This
This
is
is
how
your
it
show.
This is how you play. You
Not for
cheat
Terrell.
on this one. Hustle.
Hustle.
Come on.
Diva is a female version of a hustler. Of a hustler. Of a
Oh, you're
hustler.
crazy.
See, 'cause I was thinking about hustling
every
flow.
day I'm hustling.
I was thinking about hustling.
What do you say? Don't play it again, sir. I said.
Don't.
I was really
All right.
thinking about hustle and flow,
That's not a song. That's a movie.
but it could have it in the title or in the
Red?
song. Red, the color red.
Give you that red light special.
That's why she got two kids,
All
y'all.
through the night.
Baby,
is yours.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
yours.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Come
that's
through
what
my
you got
door.
too. Huh?
Take off my
I
clothes.
was
No,
resting
stop taking
in
my
between.
clothes.
Turn
Not
on
stop taking it, I'll
the
take
my
red. You got one, so apparently you did a red light special.
She's like, we don't want to talk about that. We don't want to talk about
Right,
that.
we're gonna talk about Bruno.
Well, that's your one.
about that.
Then that's your one.
We don't talk about
You, you know
It's
what I
your
was,
turn. You went to sleep.
I was asleep. I was asleep. I woke up.
I was
No.
asleep. I woke up.
NDRE. I am not my hair.
Ooh, hair, girl.
Well, yeah, they don't have no hair, but I do.
First of all, I have plenty of hair. Thank you.
I am my hair. I'm very insecure. I will not go short again.
Aw,
I'm just saying.
doesn't bother me.
And I just dyed it for y'all. And
It
it's
looks
red.
really good.
I like the red,
I noticed that when I came in. I'm like, it looks really good.
I like the red.
It took forever to get
You're
this
a
damn
cutie.
stuff straight. So we're gonna do one more round with y'all, and then
I'm
we're gonna
stressed.
get into these topics.
All right.
Put your back into it. Put your back into it. Put your back into it. Teddy Pendergrass, baby.
Teddy Pendergrass. Oh, we can't do Teddy Riley.
Oh, you can do that. Okay, friend, I'll give you that.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure.
Teddy. Damn, I just lost it. No diggity. You don't remember no diggity?
I know no diggity, no dollies.
There you go.
I got to bag it up.
I told her put her back
I
into
like the
it.
way you work. You did. Hold on. Let me
No
go.
diggity.
I got
Brandy. I put that in there for you.
I
friend.
get to sing the song that I actually don't like.
What? How do you not like a Brandy song?
What? Full Moon got on my nerves, but it was so catchy.
I love that
And I
song.
would sing it and
It's
get
okay.
mad at myself.
But
That's
there was
Brandy's
songs-
favorite.
No, that album is
It's
my
my
favorite.
favorite.
Like that whole album, top to bottom.
I
is-
never listened to that album. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. I didn't
I'm
mean to
just
upset
shocked.
you.
learning new things about
I
yourself.
didn't
That
mean
is
to
the
upset you.
vocal Bible.
What album was the like 11 something?
211.
That album was fantastic.
That's her birthday.
Oh.
She's an Aquarius.
See, I hope I got some cool points back because Full Moon.
You did.
When I walk in the I hope y'all caught that eye roll because
But you know what? I felt that way about Neo So Sick.
yeah.
I was like, if I hear this song one more time, I'm ripping the radio
Yeah,
out my car.
so sick. You like hang up the phone.
He should be sick of love songs.
I was like, by the time we got the, the song, I was like, I'm so sick of this song, Like, I don't ever want to hear this song
he was
That
in
was
love.
it.
That's
The
right. He
radio
was in
really
love.
killed songs.
They do
because
okay.
that's how I felt about Busta Rhymes and Janet Jackson.
Ooh.
After a while, I was like, I don't want to hear this ever again.
Really?
Like, it got on my nerves.
What's the song you won't get sick of?
Be responsible in your choice.
That's funny.
This is,
Mine is kind of recent. Boot Up is mine.
That you sit. Oh yeah, I'm.
I do like Booed Up.
because I ain't booed up.
No, I love it. And
I
Can We
like
Talk?
I love so much. Like, I like all music, so it's really like, because I'll play a playlist on Spotify and something come on, I'll be like, let me put that on my other playlist. Because like I play stuff while the bartenders are practicing.
Yeah.
And we were listening, one was like hits of like a 2000 whatever something year. And Ludacris High Low came on. And I was like,
Ooh.
I ain't heard
I
this.
miss him.
We
Yeah.
were in that. So I was like, how no, take it down. We ain't made a drink yet. Like we was all in there. I was like, I ain't heard this in so long.
Y'all just getting
So I think never sick of. I don't ever get sick of Brandy songs. Like
okay.
We know you don't.
like Broken Hearted with her
That's
one
the
Ye. That
that's a
remix
good one.
is life.
That's a good one.
That is life. And then Monica's boy, if you ever.
Oh,
Left
I've heard that for
my-
so long.
Oh my God.
I
Repeat.
heard the voice. Huh?
Anyways,
I heard that
it's
voice.
nothing like Monica's, but
That-
yes, if
You heard the voice.
it could come on literally, I could like
Back to
change the
back.
station.
We'll
If it,
listen to it
oh, I'm
again.
here it again. Okay, here we go.
See, but
I like
that's I'm like that with old school, like old school. I love Stephanie Mills. I love her to death. And anything with Lenny, Teddy, all them good people that could be my grandparents or my parents. I'm like, yes.
Not your or your
Yeah,
grandparents.
girl. I mean, they old now, ain't they?
Not the old.
They old.
I can't
They are
remember.
classic or they're legend.
Right.
We both said not that
But they, I mean, come, shoot, I'm approaching 40. So if I'm about to be 40,
You
and I
can't
was
even
listening
this approaching. It's literally like next month.
Where is that?
shut up. It's in the
okay.
next month.
I'm not approaching like she's
I am.
38. You like
Yep.
it's tomorrow. Like, you're gonna be 40 tomorrow.
39 in a couple weeks. So it says, so we
No.
strictly R&B. No, I mean, that's just what they pull.
Okay, so wait a minute. Let's think. So if I think of like hip hop stuff,
Outkast all day.
most Atlanta stuff.
Can I do a throwback?
Yes.
Hey Love by Mobb Deep.
Okay, I'll give you that
Mobb
one.
Deep featuring 112.
Then he gonna be like, she still want that.
Oh,
I don't. It's sad. I don't even know all the words, and I used to
But
play
you
that
like it.
song literally. No, I used to play it on repeat.
Then that is
But
sad.
you know what?
sad.
But you know, it's like in that moment, you probably could have been like, I could do this backwards and forwards.
Yeah.
But like, there's one like even now they'll still play it. LL's Who Do You Love? Are You For Sure? And look, and I be in the car.
No.
How you doing?
Mm-mm.
I'm from L. I'm from
Mm-mm.
Queens. I be killing it.
Mm-mm.
Like that's
I
my
like it. I'm not gonna
Okay,
tell y'all
you like
why
my
I
beat.
like this.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna tell y'all why I like that song, but doing it and
Doing it well.
Not
Doing
you not
it.
gonna tell us why you like.
because
There's
it's
a significant reason
I
why
mean, we
we
can't
like
just
it.
say it's a good song, leave it at that.
I'm not gonna tell you why I like the song. Cause
I just like. I was
You want to be a private dancer?
I was that day.
Okay.
Take the damn cupcake stuff off. I hear passing out
That's a
cake.
true
Give it out
Cake.
I hate y'all. Okay, we're gonna move on because these things.
You brought up the song.
I ain't gonna tell you. First of all, you
But
did
you
what
bought
you said. I ain't gonna tell you why I like
But you
it.
brought up
I mean, think of the song though. I mean, it's only so many reasons.
Right.
It wasn't the melody.
because I be doing what I need to do.
As a woman.
I'm a doer.
As a woman.
Wait.
Now I'm gonna do it.
Next. So okay, we're gonna get into our first. I hate you. You know what? So we're
She
gonna
loves
just
this.
go into the next one and be responsible. It says, just know we as adults need to be responsible for how we teach these kids about the real.
Hey D,
It says,
y'all too young to be talking about Johnny Taylor.
That's a grandparent.
That's right.
That's
We
right.
old.
That's Pawpaw.
Right.
That's Pawpaw.
It's Papa.
So in the comments, y'all, let us know if y'all feel that it is our responsibility to teach the youth the truth about adulthood, because I don't think people are truly prepared for adulthood at all. And I just feel like a lot of our kids are getting left behind and we're not making sure that they're okay when they leave our homes. And that's why they bring their little raggedy tails back. So what do you
Well, speaking of somebody who came back, no, and I mean this wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
I think it's important that we don't just push them out
Yep, I
too
agree.
early, because all of a sudden everybody's like, "Oh, you 18, you grown." No, you're not. No, you're not.
I'm
You
sure
just
you're
spent the
ignorant.
last 17 years of your life being a kid, being taken
Told
care
what to
of,
do.
told what to do, and you barely got any time to understand, weighing your decisions, your decision-making process. That stuff you don't learn until you were really an adult, unless nobody was raising you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
True,
saying?
yeah.
So it's like at 18, you want to be like, okay, well, you're an adult. What does that mean? Because I know people who are older than me, and I be looking at them like, chronologically, you're an adult, but mentally and emotionally, you might well go back to high school because you're nowhere near grown.
Mm-hmm.
So I think now I'm glad that I came back simply because I don't want to be out here in this world. People is crazy.
It's hard.
I like being at home knowing that I got somebody, there's somebody there. Like, it'd be different if, I had like kids or I was married. That would be different. But I'm single with no kids. And coming home and knowing that my dad is there is comforting. It's nice not being alone. And it's just, I feel safer because my dad is home. So, and I mean, let's be honest, it's a whole lot of other cultures where they grow up and
still
stay.
Yeah, I was gonna say they stay.
I mean, like you look at like old school shows like Dallas.
Yeah.
They were all rich, all had the means to leave, but everybody stayed at
Stayed
South
there.
Fork.
Yeah.
Parents, grandparents, kids, everybody
all.
stayed there.
Yeah.
This brother married, this brother married, this brother married, this niece married, but they all stayed there because it was something about having family. And I just think that we are so quick to be like, you need to be on your own. It's hard out here to be on your own. Like, and that's why a lot of people do have to keep coming back because it's hard out here.
And sometimes it's not even that they can't do it because they're not responsible enough. They can't do it because how the economy is. It's like it's so hard. And it's like I feel like when I see how people treat their kids, and I'm like, I'm so glad those are not my parents. Because my parents, like my sister had a kid at an early age. she got to stay home till she was ready. I've had cousins that stayed at home until they built their houses. So it's like our family knew, like, you don't have to go if you don't want to. But my dad was like, all right, y'all can try it. If it don't work, the door is always open. But these people will be like, you can't come back home. You can't do this. Read that one for me, friend.
Me and my oldest basically grew up together. I tell her the truth and I let her know, stay here as long as you need to, save the money, invest, and prepare before you really get out in that water.
So this person, hi, whoever you are, also said that some of the moms were teen moms.
Yep.
And so that, I think that's why she's touching on, like, they grew up together. But when I hear you say, like, leave so you don't have to come back, I think it's beauty in knowing that you can come back, because a lot of people struggle with asking for help. And I think as much as we want to create like a shell for our kids, because I do think that that's where I think it's maybe a little bit of tough love when we're like, you know, get out of there, like, do your own thing. But I think the world is hard enough, so it's nothing wrong with being the cushion for our kids. Now, with that being said, the way that we genuinely do prepare them for certain things is by letting them feel a little bit of the fire. Like, something that me and Jared actually struggled with like a couple months ago was just how much were we actually saving Naya from like her consequences, because it was important for me to not have her struggle the way that I struggled growing up. And so she can cook, but she didn't cook because she was left in the house by herself. Like, she can cook and she can clean it, you know, but sometimes I'm like, baby, Google it, look it up, do something. It's just like, you are capable of doing things. And I think some of us were like, I got you. And then that's how we actually stop them from being responsible.
Because they're sheltered.
Exactly.
And I think the great thing I would say that my dad did, I know how to change a tire. I know how to check a battery. He taught me things that I wouldn't have to depend upon a man to do if there wasn't one there. My mother, you know, being the youngest, it do kind of suck for me because I didn't really get in the kitchen, because it was always like in our family, it was always the older women were in the kitchen because it was like, don't mess up our food. So
don't touch nothing.
Don't touch nothing. But, you know, I gravitated to baking. That was the one thing my grandmother let me do with her. And my mom used to bake. So that was my thing. So anytime they'd be like, what you bringing? Cupcakes. I'll bake. And then no lie, when we used to do, everybody would take something once we got older. I would always bring the bread and bake it. They would not let me do anything else. But now, you know, as a parent, I've made sure Ethan knows how to wash. He knows how to clean, even though he don't do it. He knows how to, you know, pay for things. I used to make him order things on his own. And even trying to teach him the responsibility of money, it's hard for me because no matter how much I save or how hard I work, this economy is like fucking us over.
Yeah.
Because I should not be paying almost $1,600 for an apartment, and I don't even make that much. If I didn't have side hustles and other things that I do, or people that just was like, you know, if I didn't have my dad when I had my son, like, my father really helped me to be like, I want you to have your own. But I knew when stuff got rough, like, these bills, I'm going home. I remember the first time I got bills, y'all, I called my dad. I'm like, Dad, why is this coming again?
Right.
Because Daddy, I paid the rent
consistent.
the first time. And my parents gave us a townhouse in their name for me and my siblings when we were in college. And I'm like, Daddy, we paid the rent. Why are they sending this again? And he's like, well, baby, you know this is every month. I was like, that's not what y'all told me. That's not what y'all told me. So, yeah, I just feel like we need to give them those real life experiences, but let them stay home. But they also got to understand rules. You know, this ain't your house still, but respect the rules. And that's the thing I think it's going to be hard for me with her child, because he think he know everything.
I think they all think they know everything.
Yeah. Most kids are know-it-alls.
We all thought we knew everything at a certain age.
I didn't think I knew shit.
Yeah.
That's why I
did.
I was like, Ray,
yeah.
is this okay for me to do? Like, I literally would ask my friends, hey, can I do this? Yeah. No, we should do this. I couldn't even skip school properly because I'm like, oh, I said, she's like, why do you have a note? I was like, well, because I had to get permission from my sister so I could leave school. She said, that's not how you skip school.
Oh,
You just I said,
I love you for that. I didn't skip school either, but I love you for that. You covering your
That's
bases.
so
I got
I'm
permission.
just saying,
Not
I always
skip
get
school.
permission.
So, I mean, but I think.
Did you say you didn't skip school?
No, I said that's so wonderful. They did not skip school. That's what I said. I skipped on a regular basis, but I graduated with honors.
Okay. Yes.
But look, my homework was there.
You were there in spirit.
Right. I had a presence. But I think one of the other things is when we were growing up, we had exploratories, and I took home ec.
That is true,
and we learned how to, like, one of the things we learned was how to wash dishes, was how to do laundry, was how to, we even had like a babysitting course, so we knew how to properly babysit, CPR,
had to take them damn
all
babies
like
home.
Safety and all that, like, don't stick stuff this near appliances, not just, don't stick it in, but all that kind of stuff. And I don't think we have classes like that anymore. Like, I took a business class, like, where I learned how to balance the checkbook, and that was like 7th grade. Ain't nobody have no checkbook in the 7th grade, but I knew how to write a check. I knew how to balance the checkbook. I knew what that stuff looked like. So by the time I got one, I wasn't looking like, what is this?
But then now you got one, but they don't even use checks no more. And I'm like, just go online. Like y'all don't take checks.
My favorite thing is they be like, you want to order checks to do what?
Do what?
Because y'all ran out of debit cards.
Okay, so if you took that back in 7th grade, because I took my homework class in like 10th grade. I took my, I don't know what that class was. No, the business thing that you're talking about. I took a class like that in like 11th grade.
Oh wow!
But then you probably didn't leave home for the first time until
18.
A couple years later, or a few years later. Like, how are you going to retain that if you're not even using?
And see, I will say, like, the biggest thing was I appreciate my parents because they always tried to teach us life skills along the way that I still use now. Like, when you go and call somebody, like we have to call the light company or the gas company, have a piece of paper, write down the representative, you talk to the date you talked to them and what y'all said. I still do that now. Like, if I'm in the car, I'm like, I need a pen. Okay, I'm sorry, ma'am. What did you say your name was again?
Let's be honest, friend.
Spell that for me.
And that's to
look at this.
Right, like,
I write my list to make sure.
It came in handy a few years ago. In particular, I can think of. It was my car insurance company. And one representative told me something, and I did exactly what she told me to do. And then later on, they were about to discontinue my insurance. And I was like, no, I did it. Well, that's not our policy. Sharon said,
I see.
On April, that this is what I had to do. And I said, don't you record these for training and quality purposes? She said, yeah, go back. And listen to what Sharon said to me on this day. And they had to honor what she said. Because I had that, I was like, no, you have to, because that's what she told me to do.
That's a good tip.
It is, but that's something that
what these books are for.
They taught us that, like and I see both of them do that even now. They both grab a piece of paper and a pen, they take down the information and that kind of stuff. It's like you learn that stuff. And like they used to let us sit next to them when they had to have certain conversations and all that kind of stuff. So it's like we were watching them and then they were teaching us. Like my mom taught me how to pack a purse. 5th grade, she was like, all right, now it's cute that you got this little purse. Now you need to know what needs to go in it. Okay. And she was like, you always need a pen. You always need some money. My dad was like, you always need some change because you got to make a call on the payphone. And, like personal hygiene. Yeah. My mom's like, lotion. Like you need. And every time I pack my purse, I'm like, wait a minute. Like a little old lady. I need a little tissue pack, and I get them all the time because it's like that's what you have. You've been taught. It's like parents, we have to, like, all adults who are connected to kids at some point are gonna have to be like, you need to know A, B, C, D. Like, yes, Google is a thing. However, you're the best resource. We're the best resource.
People are the best
resource because it's certain experiences that we've had that we need to
share.
And honestly, I don't necessarily want my nieces and nephews always going to the internet because I don't know what kind of foolishness you finna find out. Yeah. So I would rather us be the ones to be like, hey, da 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 da. Like I used to cook with Ray's kids, like they were little, and I would have them in the kitchen with me, and we have pictures of them. They're like 5 and 6, and we making pancakes, and we making this, that, and the third. Like at one point, Cameron came home and was like, "What we making today?" Because that was like all the time. Get in there, get in the kitchen. Like I don't want you to be afraid of the kitchen or get in there and burn the house down. Yeah. So those are things that we should like. You make it fun. Yeah. Like I'll be like, y'all want to come cook with me? Yeah, let's go. So
we're gonna have to take a quick break, and we'll be back with some special announcements. So stay tuned, everybody. I'm waiting for Woe like behind.
from here.
Welcome back, everyone. So I'm excited because if everybody knows, I Am Woe podcast is now I Am Woe Media. And when I say we got shows on top of shows on top of shows, and it's something for everybody. If you're old, young, hot,
I just stop calling people, oh, you have got to get out of that.
we got something for everybody. Your mama, your daddy, your granny, your kids. Well, I don't know about your kids. I don't know about your kids, but maybe.
Depending on how old they are.
Yeah, maybe so. So, Woe it's a movement, and I am so proud to be a part of it. But we have a new addition to the family coming this September. Look at this special announcement, best friend. Pew, pew, pew.
Pew, pew, pew.
So, with further ado, I want to announce, am I telling or do you want to tell what's coming in September?
You pretty much told, so I guess I'll do it.
Okay, go ahead, best
All
friend.
right, so September 7th, Thursday at 9:30, we will be visiting Dylan's Dive Bar, which will be my podcast, and that will be the debut episode. So I will be joining I Am Woe Media Group and all the different shows, so it'll be something for everybody. The dive bar is about taking a deep dive into certain topics to create conversation. Discovering the best version of ourselves through these conversations and making some changes, but having some fun along the way, because we will be in the dive bar, meaning there will be drinks.
Oh, I was just about to ask that.
Yes, there are going to be drinks, and I'm excited.
I'm a lightweight, but I'm coming.
I'm going to have some for everybody.
You can have one for the whole
No,
show.
I want a strong one.
She lied.
So I could tell all about it.
No,
She ain't gonna do it. She ain't gonna do it. I already know how to make her drinks. I already know that she can't. She a lightweight. I already know.
So, with that being said, take a look at this video.
Oh Lord. Oh, that was hot.
This one let y'all know that's my best friend. My best friend. that sounds sad. Fred, I put on a
You
red
look
dress.
good.
Okay.
You
girl.
look good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I look real blessed in that bitch. All right.
So, like I say, we doing big
Doing big
things,
things.
and it's only because of one person. Well, actually, two. God and this man behind the camera. I don't care if y'all listen. I don't know how to control nothing. So, Woe is that dude,
Right.
and he does all of our stuff. Like, he is amazing, and he just sees talent, and he giving it to y'all. So, y'all, let's just
give it up for what?
Give it
up.
give it up for Woe.
Yes.
You gotta give the people
Because he
their
don't
flowers.
take
Right.
no for an answer when you say you
He
don't want to
doesn't.
show.
He doesn't.
That's why I'm here and messing with y'all right now.
Yeah.
So we're going to jump into the next mini topic, which is, what is one thing that y'all find pride in being responsible for? And that sounds weird because a lot of people be like, responsibilities are hard,
No.
but what is something you take pride in that you get to be responsible for it. So, ma'am,
take pride in. Well, I think the first thing I think were my children. Like those are my kids.
like I like them.
Those are my kids.
Right.
Like they're good kids. Like they're good looking kids.
She's like, I
She
did.
say yes.
They're funny kids. Like they're kind. Like those are my kids. So that's the first thing. And then I think the second thing is I have always been pretty responsible my entire life. So like I've never paid my rent late. Like there's certain things that I do really believe in staying on top of, and that's a big deal to me.
I like that.
I take pride in that.
I love that.
Getting things done. I'm a Capricorn.
She's doing it and doing it.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie.
Pull that song in there.
For you,
Yeah.
I take pride in you and Jared's relationship.
Oh yeah.
Like me and Brandon, that's our other brother. We were saying how you and Jared are relationship goals. We was like, if it can't be like theirs, we don't want it. Like your friendship on top of the love you have for each other. And like as his sister, seeing him with somebody who gets him the way that you do, like I never forget, we were at y'all's old apartment and he was working on some music and you had just got home from work and you came in and heard it and you were bopping to his music like it was on the radio and you were like, you like that? That's good. I like you started videoing and you were just so proud of him. And it's like, as a big sister, that's what you want to see for your little brother. Like you want to see somebody that loves him. And like when y'all do y'all videos and your anniversary stuff and y'all are goofy, y'all are the same kind of goofy, but like the way that y'all appreciate each other. Like, so, I mean, honestly, I love y'all's marriage, y'all relationship. And like me and Brandon were talking, we were like, look, if it can't be like that, I'm single.
Don't want
it. Like, I'm single because I'm not doing that. If I can't have somebody that's going to be goofy with me, but it's gonna go with me. Like the fact that you were willing to just let's go to California because that was something that he wanted to do. Like that was super supportive.
That was hard.
And I know you struggled. Like but you knew what it meant to him.
Yeah.
And y'all coming back, like he knows what that means to you.
Yes.
So that support, that's a beautiful thing. Yeah. And I think that that's something that as like families, you want to see your family happy. And our family has grown once y'all came together. So it's like it's not even like, oh, you know, they married. No, man, look, we all in this together. But I love your friendship, your relationship, all that stuff. Like it's a beautiful thing to see.
Thank you.
So
I do love him.
I know.
All right, damn, my whole soul. You've been with him this long.
That one day she was like, I got distracted. Your brother came in, he just got a haircut. You but then on the other hand, I was like,
he look good.
Look, on the other hand, I was like, she loved my brother.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful thing because it's like,
I miss him.
Jared, please hurry up and make it down here. Your wife
sleeping.
I
have it.
But he was the same way when he was here a couple weeks ago. Me and him was talking, and he was like, I miss my wife.
And then the time zone is kind of crazy too. But yeah, Jared, we gonna keep her company. We gonna keep her
but
company.
it's not the same.
It ain't just, she's like, y'all not chocolate and handsome. And we get it.
I mean,
We're not Jared.
Well,
but we can be silly.
I guess in the theme of like responsibility, I appreciate you bringing that up because we've grown so much together and individually. And the same way I feel like people are always like, how you're talking about like this topic of like getting ready for the world is the same way I feel like people would just be like, marriage is hard, but they don't really give any specifics. They're like, it's hard work. And it's like, okay. In my mind, I'm like, I can do hard things. I can do hard things. Like, I can do hard work. Yeah. Easy. Like, and then you actually like get to some crossroads and you're like, oh, this is
what they mean.
This is what they mean.
Yeah.
You know, or just balancing your needs and their needs is hard work.
Ooh, that is
like
true.
The shifting of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's hard. And somebody a long time ago was like, man, I've known like 6 versions of my wife and I've loved every version of her. And they have been together for a long time. And it's like, I think that is kind of maybe what happens to people. They get to a third version and be like, you know, I don't really care for this version that much, or
True.
You know, and they don't know how to really adapt. But I take pride in wanting to get better and make our relationship better. So I do listen to relationship podcasts. I do read books. I do pray for him. I read The Power of a Praying Wife. Okay, I just want to say that book was written in like 1995. And so she was saying some things I really wasn't jazzing with. She said, it was a couple of points. It was overall consistent. And I was like, okay.
It worked back then, but not right now.
But I do feel like it is my responsibility to not just get comfortable and stagnant in our relationship.
Absolutely. That's
but I think
amazing.
We as our younger generations and our older generations, that's where we should talk more.
Yeah.
Because you have, we got people that we know been married for 30, 40, 50 years. You be like, I need y'all to talk.
Yeah.
Like, I need y'all to be telling some, like, sit down and be like, look.
Yeah.
Because honestly, what I've seen as a single woman, it's a lot out there that helps me be a confident single woman. Yeah. It's a lot out there that helps me be a businesswoman. Yeah. It's not a whole lot of stuff out there because you have so many people talking about some keep your individuality and, be yourself, know yourself. Yeah. But there's a self that needs to be understood when I'm in a relationship with somebody else. Yeah. And when you start talking about, like, that's been one of my fears of marriage is losing my identity because everybody keeps talking about keep your individuality. Yeah. So I'm like, well, maybe I'm gonna just be me. I don't want to be Mrs. Yeah. Like, I don't want to be Mrs. his last name. Mm-hmm. I'm still want to be Randy. Like, so that's been. I think there needs to be more conversations about how to be married. Yeah, because there are those of us who are single who are kind of like,
this is fine. I don't have to think about me. I'm doing my thing.
That part.
Yeah, I say what you're gonna say.
Yeah, because it's sort of like if you don't have that example. And you don't see the ups and downs of relationships. And that's one thing I do take pride in, the fact that my parents have been together for 44 years. And I've seen them go through the ups and downs, and just even having conversations with them now and how we'd be like, Dad, what you want for Father's Day? He's like, I just want a steak, but you got to get my boo something. I said, you got a little boo? Okay, Karen, let me get you. I was like, so we got to buy your boo? He said, we a package deal. I'm like, I'm tired of you and your boo. So that's why I
said one. They are not sold separately.
They need to be because they expensive. That was an expensive Father's Day meal. Dad, I love you. Just know I love you, homie. But I take pride in myself, like knowing what I want as a woman in a relationship, and I'm not gonna settle for less. And I'm not gonna be like, when people look at you and be like, yeah, that's not real. Like, people aren't like that. But this is my example of what I got. I saw my mother working. I saw my father helping in the home. I seen my parents do different positions. Like, what I'm saying? They wasn't in the same role. Yeah. When my mother had it and my dad stayed home, my dad combed my hair, baby. Like, when I see dads be like, that's a mom's job. Why? Yeah, right. Sure, I've seen my father cook. Yeah. I've seen my mother cut the grass. Mom, it's just weird to me. So I pride myself on being one of those traditional quote unquote women, but I have a modern twist to me. And I take pride in that. And I say, whoever get me, y'all gonna be lucky.
I like that. I yourself up, queen.
Okay, absolutely. Okay. Thank you. So I just feel like we just need to, I think if more people took pride in things and being responsible in how they say or how they do things and be responsible for it, it'd be a different world. I think a lot of people throw things and hide their hands instead of taking the responsibility for what they're doing or what they're saying. And I feel like we all hide behind computers and text messages. And that's why I like to be in person. I like to see your face. I want to know that you're being responsible about what's coming out your mouth. Yeah. Read that. But look, my best friend, she be reading these good words.
Like should always come before love. At the end of the day, after the sex is over, can I have a conversation with this person? Can I be in the same room with this person? Can I laugh and have fun with this person? All important questions.
The answer is yes. For me.
Well, we already know that.
But it's nice to hear. As his sister, I love to hear it.
But she ain't going nowhere if she tried.
No, but I mean,
you locked in. He love you, and we know that.
I think that the like before love is important.
Yeah, friendship. I like you because sometimes you won't like you.
Exactly.
Sometimes you will not.
You love a person. You'll love a person all day.
Go over there.
Right.
You can love a person all day, but you might not like them. You know what I'm saying? And that's a big thing to having a relationship. I have to like you some of these days, because love ain't gonna push me through when I be like, why he breathing?
Yeah.
Why is he chewing like that? Oh my God. Did your eye always look that way?
Oh my God.
What is, oh my God.
Come back, Courtney.
I can hear, oh my bad. Sorry.
But I think
That's how I feel about my kid.
But the friendship, don't you ever talk about my child like that.
My bad.
But I think the friendship aspect is important, because sometimes, like, okay, so I tell people all the time, I'm looking for a male version of the best friend, because this is a person that has seen literally every side. So, you know, and she's someone that I'm not afraid to be vulnerable with. You know, if I'm having a bad day, if I'm having a moment where it's like I need to cry or I need to scream or whatever, I can go to her. Or we be like, look, let's go walk around Target. She already knows eventually we're going to talk about something.
Yeah.
But, you know, and I can call her and she be like, hey, best friend, what's wrong with you? Nothing. You lie. And I go find out where she at. And I pull up. Like, I need to lay eyes on you and see what's happening.
Yeah.
And it's like us having that, you know, our relationship evolving through life, because life is going life. And you need somebody that can face it with you.
Yeah.
So it's like, I need a male version, someone who can understand, you know, that, okay, there are some days we love each other to pieces, but we'll roll our eyes at each other in a second and be like, ooh, best friend, you getting on my nerves. But she knows, even in that moment, if she fighting, I'm fighting. Like, it don't matter.
And the crazy part is, I think she wants somebody that's like me, because, well, the one thing I don't think you want them to be like is, I be confused when we in arguments. I'm like, we fighting? Like, we mad today?
But she knows that I'm moody. So it can easily be something that it's a me thing. Yeah. So that's probably why half time she don't know that I be irritated, because it's a me. I know me. I'm highly self-aware. I am moody and I am easily irritated. It doesn't take much to be like,
and when she say it's law, like no lie. When my friends say I don't fuck with them, she don't fuck with them. And I ain't trying. And she know me. I'm the same way. Like, if somebody hurt my friend and she like, I forgave him. That's nice. That's nice.
But we understand that about each other. So it's like, you want somebody who gets that friendship part, because there are days where we don't talk to each other every day. And if I get ghost for a couple of days, she don't be like, oh, where's our friendship? Yeah. She'll call and be like, you breathing? You still there? Yeah, had a lot going on. Oh, okay, then we catch up and we good. But that took years to develop and understand. So it's like, you want somebody who wants to understand you as a friend. Plus, go ahead.
Yeah. It's really, I guess it kind of goes back to the first thing we were talking about with parenting, because you touched on a point, and I feel like we teach our kids how to cook and clean, blah, blah, blah. How do you teach your kids how to forgive? How do you teach your kids to be like, what's the example of that? Because when I do think about me and Jared, and I know this topic is not like a relationship, but when I do think about me and Jared, I do think it's beautiful that the kids see us in tension and then see us in resolution. Yeah. And I think sometimes they don't get a chance to see that. But what is like teaching forgiveness look like?
I'm gonna say the first thing that my parents have apologized to me. And, you know, like, there were times where they got upset with me and maybe went a little too far and like how they yelled at me or whatever. Yeah. And I could tell them, okay, well, I just felt like it was a little excessive. So it was unnecessary for you to go off on me like that. Yeah. And they might not have appreciated me saying it, but then when they thought about it, they were like, you're absolutely right.
She is coming with the fire. She caught us off guard with that. I'm like,
but I mean, that was the first. That was the first lesson of apologizing. But I also had to accept the apology. Like, it wasn't like they apologized and I'm like, well, you say you're sorry. No, at some point you have to accept the apology. Yeah. So, and then making us apologize to each other, me and siblings, making us apologize to each other. Yeah. And I think that's the first thing.
Showing examples.
That's the first thing, as far as I think it'd be.
It's
how to teach them.
Well, Petty Mother here. I think a lot of people.
Hey, Patricia.
Thank you.
Right. Patty over there.
Welcome. Thank you. I'm really big on teaching my son how to take responsibility for what he does
Mm-hmm.
and not sugarcoat it or try to give excuses. If you did wrong, you did wrong. But I also, in life, I tell my son, you give people the respect that they give you. So if I'm fully respecting you and you come at me sideways, okay, so this is how I treat you. Or just, matter of fact, just because you're an adult does not mean you're right. Just because you're an adult doesn't mean you get the respect. If you're not respecting me and treating me with that respect that I deserve, I don't have to respond to you. I don't have to be in your presence. And that's when mama come in. You get what I'm saying? So I've always taught Ethan that, and never to belittle yourself because somebody older than you said, nah, I'm right, you're wrong, I'm smart, you're dumb. No, you're not. Just, that's your opinion, but my opinion is this. And I taught him how to speak his mind in a respectful way. But forgiveness is not something, he sees that on a regular basis in our family, because there's been stretches where I have been McPepsi and do not talk to family. I don't care who you are. I have went years without talking to some of my family members off of the disrespect I got. Mm-hmm. So he knows how to stand his ground and have his balance, his boundaries set, but he also knows sometimes people make bad judgments and you have to forgive when you're ready, not when they want you to be ready. So if it take me 5 years to forgive you and be okay with it, then that's on my time. I don't give you the forgiveness because that's what you want. And I think that's what a lot of people do to keep peace. And I'm not trying to be peaceful. I'm trying to set my healthy boundaries for me. And if I feel like being around you is not something I want, I'm not going to forgive you, or I'll forgive you and just move away.
Yeah.
So that's, I do teach him like that. It might not be what everybody do with their kids, but you're not going to walk on me like a doormat, and you're not going to walk on him like one. Yeah. So, and it's hard, especially when it's just, for me as a single mom, it's hard because my son don't always see the male 24/7 in this. So I have to take that from other men in his life, and show like, well, you see, he forgave him. And my son be looking like, I don't care. Like, and I'd be like, yep, that's me. That's my kid. But it's not because he's a bad person. It's just some people don't deserve forgiveness. Mm-hmm. And my thing is, I've taught him that too. You can forgive for yourself, but that don't mean I have to be like, I forgive you. No, I forgave him. I'm just not dealing with it. Mm-hmm. I don't have to tell you I forgave you. Yeah. So I hate you for that question.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm glad you asked.
Yeah, because that is a big thing. While we out here teaching our kids to cook, clean, we need to teach them how to take responsibility and how to forgive when it's warm.
Because you said a big thing earlier when you didn't use the word accountability, but that's essentially what you were saying. You were saying you take pride in taking accountability. And I think that as an adult, sometimes that's the thing we kind of struggle with. Like, hey, I was wrong. Hey, I should have done, or one time I used to be a server and I forgot to put money in my bank account and the lights got turned off because I just didn't take the money to the bank. I had the money, and my roommate is like, what in the world? We don't have no lights. I gave you my portion. And I easily could have been like, oh, well, blah, blah. But I was like, hey, I'm sorry. I need to, and I think sometimes we just don't do that. So that's a good thing to have pride in. But there are all those small things like that are beyond cooking, cleaning, paying bills that just when people get into the real world and they see like navigating multiple personalities.
Woo!
Ooh. Navigating multiple personalities.
There's a lot out here.
What you said about maintaining individuality, that's even true in a workplace. You don't have to be in a romantic relationship, right? Yeah. And then even when you're saying setting boundaries for yourself and realizing this workplace is actually not something I maybe need to be at. Yep. Those are all decisions that they're trying to make for themselves. And that's some of the pressure that they crumble under a little bit.
They do, because it's peer pressure too.
Yeah.
And you got to teach them, hey, stand on your own 2 feet. And I've always told Ethan, do not be a follower. Mm-hmm. And it's not about being the chief or the head or whatever, because you can still go with the masses, but still be in your own right. Mm-hmm. And I think that's like, because example, football team, everybody has a position that they do. Yeah. Just because we're all on the same team don't mean I do offense, you do defense. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, our mindset ain't the same when we get on that field. Right. So just because we're on the same team and we have the same respect and responsibility is to win, but my job a little different from yours. So I'm gonna follow this direction and you follow yours. So I think that's one thing, teaching the kids, like, be be happy about who you are.
Mhm.
Like, and stand on that.
And
Because a
think for
lot
yourself.
of kids can't, it's too many influences in this
Yeah.
world today telling our kids how to be, what pronouns to use, how to dress, how not to dress, what to be, you, whatever makes you happy. Shit. Be, and take pride in it. Just be like, I'm responsible for me, and that's the only person I can be responsible for. And just keep it moving. And if they don't like that, that ain't your people.
I think that might be speaking a little bit from a place of privilege because of the parent that you are. Every parent doesn't allow their kids to be who they are. There's some parents that are molding their kids to be the image of them or living vicariously through the kid.
Yeah, because they didn't get to
right.
do what they
And
want.
so I think that kind of goes back to what I was saying about letting them make their own decisions. You see the little white kids, they got on like a Spider-Man cape and they're looking crazy. But the mama was like, get yourself dressed today.
Yeah.
And
or
if
they tacky, they be like, that's her favorite shirt.
Exactly. And let them be.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But so even I try to do it to her. I'm like, baby, just put a dress on. Like, come on. And she want to be in sweatpants.
Because
She want to be in sweatpants. She want to be in sweatpants. She there was a transition where she hated pink. I'm like, when did this happen? I'm
you
for
don't
real.
like pink? What?
When? And even like for me, I'm going like, all right, well, she's figuring out her own style, and that looks like me actually not putting in my influence.
You know?
And so I do think that what you're saying does start at home, because if people are picking you apart at home, then you're not really secure in your decisions. It is easy to go out and get those influences because you are not secure in what you're doing.
Like, I think, like when I was little, mom used to let her dress us up.
Yeah.
You know, she was like, you're little girls, so you should look like little girls. And so 5th grade, I went through this whole, I ain't looking like no girl. I'm a tomboy. And I went through the whole, like, dark colors. I was navy blue, hunter green, burgundy. Like, it was dark colors. And I was like, baggy clothes. Yeah. She let me.
Yeah.
She just let, and like it was like, and it was just like one day I just woke up, I don't like those colors, they're too happy, so I'm just gonna wear these
too happy.
Yeah. But I mean, at that point my parents were going through a divorce, and so my emotions changed, and she allowed me to feel that. And she didn't try to change how I wanted to dress. She bought the clothes. We would go and I'll be like, I want this. Okay, I want this. Okay. 7th grade, I started coming out of that, and I decided I want to look more like a little girl, like a young lady. You know, we want to be cute. And she was like, okay. And she started changing those things. But I still, by 8th grade, I was a cute tomboy. I had cute clothes, but I still had the tomboyish life. Like, and she went with it.
She let you navigate.
She let me figure that out. And then, you know, for years, I was like anti-pink. Ain't gonna be no pink. So none. And I wouldn't, but neither one of my parents were like, girls wear pink.
Yeah.
But then when I decided when I got older, you know, I'm start wearing pink again. Nobody was like, I thought you ain't like pink. It was like, well, that's what
you like now.
So I think understanding that your kid is
different.
They change, and they're going through, like, when your family makes changes, those changes affect your kids. And you know, people like to say that thing, like, you know, kids are resilient, they'll bounce back. Look, and here, kids can absorb just like adults can. And you have to give them the space to absorb it, to process it, and then figure out how they're going to operate in the new normal, whatever it is. And my parents definitely did that with us going through their divorce. Like, they understood they got divorced, but that affected us as a family. And they didn't take that selfish role where it's like, well, if we're getting divorced, that don't have nothing to do with you. Yes, it does. And so they really understood that and brought us, you know, let us have our moment to go through the changes that were happening in the family.
And that's being very responsible. So Jazz wrote on there, hey Jazz.
That's Woe's wife.
Yeah, she's awesome. She put on there, she's sick of these kids with these sweatpants. And it's true. My son walked out of here full sweatsuit. My mama said, ain't it so?
It's 90 degrees.
It's 400
And I'm like, I might need to start doing that. That might be why they so skinny, because they just sweating so much under there. That's
they
why
must be under there.
Right.
Clothes smell like
I hope you got the strongest deodorant.
Just pour some detergent on that. We're going to move into this last topic. Okay. Because I don't want to be here all night.
Lord.
It's hot. I ain't got on my sweatsuit. It says, you are responsible for your own happiness.
All right, okay.
And I believe that's true because I feel like a lot of people get in relationships or friendships and they feel like somebody has to do something to make them happy. And it's like now you're relying on that person to just entertain you or go along with what you want. And that's not fair. So how do you feel about that?
Oh, okay.
You saw that neck. I took it out.
I mean, honestly, it's not something that's new. Like I'm the middle kid. And if people understand middle kids, most middle kids are super independent. And one of my friends broke it down for me. She was like, as a middle kid, I saw my sister do everything. So I was learning faster because she was already talking, she was already walking, and I'm already watching her. So I'm starting to mimic her. So I'm learning how to do things faster. And then I got a little brother, and then I'm starting to kind of pay attention to him and make sure he's good. And it took me a minute because when Jared was first born, I was not cool with him being the baby. I wasn't like at all. As we got old, he already knows, like he knows the story. But like as we got older, you know, I felt protective over him. So it was kind of like I separated myself in the fact that I kind of figured out who I was. I felt like his protector, and I was watching my sister kind of thing. So it was like being an individual and figuring out who I was something I've really been doing my whole life. Yeah. And even in relationships, I would say there were times where I wasn't as verbal about what I wanted. But then as I got older and started realizing how important it was, because I don't want to be miserable. So it's like either I'm going to be vocal about what I want or I'm going to be vocal about ending the situation, because being miserable is just not an option. Like I don't want that. And I don't want to settle. And I would watch like all the dramas on TV. And it's like those women that just seem to just go with it, but they were always like whining to their friends and crying about it. I'm like, oh, I'm never going to be that helpful. Like, I'm never going to just put up with just so I can say I'm in a relationship. No, not doing that. So being responsible for my own happiness works for me because I've been in a position to be in a relationship and I've been single, and I've taken the time to actually be single and understand who I am, what I want, what works for me. And I enjoy learning and growing and all that stuff. So constantly evolving makes me happy. Learning new skills makes me happy. Figuring like that. So me being responsible for my own happiness, that's not new. And I always I feel bad for people who don't know how to do it. Because I'd be like, we should talk. I should help you out.
Talk French.
But it's like, because it's, you have to, like, my goal always is like every day I wake up to be thankful for the life that I have. So I'm ready to go live it. Yeah. No matter the obstacles, the challenges, whatever. At the end of the day, when I get back in the bed, I'll do it again. Yeah. I'll do this day all over again. Yeah. That's my goal.
There's some days I'll be like, fuck this day. And I'll be responsible about that. Yeah, I screwed this one up. Fuck this day. I'm done. But
even on the days where I feel like some things could have been done better, some things could have been handled differently. All right, well, that's tomorrow. We'll handle that tomorrow. But I mean, at the end of the day, from the time I get out of my bed to I'm getting back in the bed, was this a day that I can say was about what I wanted, what I needed? Can I feel satisfied with what happened? Like, I don't work jobs that I'm not happy in. I don't work jobs because other people say, oh, you should do that. I don't give a damn what you think. If I don't want to clock in there, I ain't clocking in there. Yeah. You know, if I don't want to be cool with this person, I'm not going to be cool with this person. I don't feel responsible to make myself miserable so other people can be like, I like your choices. Give a shit. It's my choices. And if I'm not happy with the choice, I don't give a damn if other people are. Like, even small things. Like, I remember I got my hair done one time, and the way she colored my hair, I hated it. Yeah. I got complimented every time somebody saw it. I hated it. So I got rid of it. And I was like, I don't understand. I liked it. Give a damn that you liked it. When I looked in the mirror, I was like, this is ugly as hell. I don't like it. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I asked for. And I never went back to her because I'm like, first of all, I'm a very straightforward, verbal person. I let you know. So that's not what I told you. That's what you wanted to do. I don't let nobody in my life who's going to tell me how they going to operate in my space. You operate how I'm comfortable with. Just like if I'm in your space, I'm not going to tell you how I'm going to operate in your space and make you uncomfortable. So me and self-happiness,
Because I be trying to tuck her hair behind her ear. I was like,
It looks cute that way. Don't touch me.
but these are things you learn. So it's a little different because me and her are both single. One more happily single than the other.
Look, do I want a relationship?
Yes.
Yes. Am I still 100% satisfied not being in one? Also, yes.
I think our situation is different.
Yeah, because you're married.
And I've been in relationships.
Yeah, and your happiness is a little bit different because it's tied to some little people and your soulmate.
It's
You
not.
know what I'm saying? But you have their happiness to worry about.
No.
Yours. Oh, gee, my poor niece.
Talk to it.
It's
said
not
no.
talk about
Okay.
it. Okay.
Okay.
I know
Tell
I'm
me,
saying
tell me.
no, but I think the nurturing, self-sacrificing spirit of a woman is I'm happy if other people are happy, and sometimes that's really not the case.
Right.
True.
And
Oh,
my
sure.
kids get the best version of me when I'm happy, so it's technically going to trickle down.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm starting my day like, how do I make them happy? Like,
Yeah.
but I'm also not starting my day being miserable because I know that will also trickle down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I did not get a long gap of time to figure out certain things. And we did have a little bit of growing pains because I went from a 3-year relationship to maybe a few months to dating your brother to then being with your brother to then marrying your brother. So, yeah, I didn't have much time. But I would say I definitely am responsible for my own happiness. And that, I think, showcased itself in like birthdays. Mm-hmm. So I think the romantic thing is like, oh, your spouse does stuff for you for your birthday. Mm-hmm. And if your spouse does that, I think that's great. And obviously, like at the time I thought like that's what I want. Yeah. But I'm like, well, am I just going to be miserable because he didn't do anything? Or it's my birthday. Am I just going to, you know? So now when my birthday comes, I'm like, this is what I want to do. And it's all things that I want to do. Yes. And so now whether my birthday is a good day or a bad day, it's really on me. Yes. And then working made me happy. So when we got to California and I didn't have a job, I was a bitch. I was miserable. And that trickled down to everybody else. Yeah. And once I, got my own money and kind of got out the house and everything like that, I was better, and which was better for everybody else. So yes, I am responsible for other people's happiness, but not really. Yeah. I just know it's like a trickle down effect. And things that make me happy these days, listening to music, taking dance classes. I started playing tennis. Like
really,
yeah, listening to podcasts make me happy. I think being able to verbalize that I need a moment. Like,
that's a good one.
Being able to verbalize, like, I want to be alone. Being able to verbalize, I need some time with my friends. Like, you know what I mean? So definitely. I do think when it comes to relationships, the spouse should add to the happiness. Like what you're saying, like, don't make me miserable, but
you should be happy.
I'm still happy. Exactly. You're still adding. You're just adding to my life. So
I love that. Look at that.
That's what I got.
Tennis? Really? How do we get to tennis?
So I joined this group now. There's this group, Sisters of LA. It's like a Black women's group. And they will post like different things like meetups and stuff. And the tennis instructor, she's a Black woman. She was hosting just like a workshop. Mm-hmm. And she does it once a month on the first Sunday of the month. And so I just started going.
That's awesome.
And my dad used to play tennis. He used to try to teach me all the time when I was a teenager. I'd be like, no. And so when I talked to him, I was like, guess what I did?
I did a thing.
And I bet he's like, you could have been Serena.
Okay.
You could have been Venus, but you out here.
But no, he was happy to hear that I was like moving my body. I think our hobbies, when we were younger, we had a whole lot more hobbies. We were a lot more active, and that did, make you happy. Your physical health is a direct tie to your mental health.
I think a lot of people look at me weird because what makes me happy, and I love being responsible in that, is I like being at home. Yeah. I like being in the dark. I like quiet. Mm-hmm. I like sometimes just listening to TV while it's watching me. Yeah. That makes me happy. Yeah. I'm not like, most people, like, even in dating, like, what makes me happy is like quality time. Yeah. I don't have to be out doing nothing fancy. I like sitting on the couch watching what shows you like, or just talking shit to each other, or just easy things. Like, I like easy, simple. And I'm vocal about that. I don't like when people are like, oh, you gotta let somebody wine dine you, do this. No, I don't like that. And I mean, I even said this to my mother today. I was like, because I had on a dress, and she's like, "Ooh, girl, you should." I said, "Yeah, back then when I had what I had, I should have been doing whatever, but I couldn't be that person just using a dude to get money to buy all the things I wanted because that didn't make me happy. I felt like I can't use people. Like that's, and I've always sat in that and been like, I don't want to use nobody because I don't want nobody to use me. So I'm happy with the simple things in life. And a lot of people do not believe me when I say that. I like simple. Yeah. I don't like conflict. I don't like other people fucking drama. And I'll be looking like, so are we going to just cut them right quick? Like, what are we doing? Why are we arguing about it? Are we going to punch them in the face?
How did you jump that?
Because it's like, because that's what I'm saying. Like, talking about it. I'm like, what are we doing about it? Because talking about it sure as hell ain't making you happy and you pissing me off. I want to get back to quiet and happiness. And I mean, even with my son, like, I love when he's happy. It makes me happy. Yeah. But when he's sad, everybody can get these hands. Yeah. Like, because it's like, and a lot of people say that me and Ethan are codependent, but when it's just you and your kid all this time, we feed off of each other. Yeah. And my sister's like, and you.
Yes, her sister calls her Ann. We don't know why. We don't know where it came
she's
from.
Like,
there's no part of her name.
Stop. You gotta stop, Ann. And I'm like, she's like, that boy feed off of you. So when I'm angry, he get hyped. He be hyped. So I've just learned to, and I'm trying to explain to him simple things make me happy. And he's just like, Mom, I want you to be happy. And I want you to do this. And when I'm sitting doing absolutely nothing, he's like, why you don't go do nothing?
You're like, I'm doing what I want to do. Yeah, you're like, I'm doing what I want to do.
And I'm being responsible because when I walk out that door, y'all,
it's expensive out there.
This shit is expensive.
Emotionally expensive, financially expensive, mentally expensive. It is expensive.
I was like everything. I hate the outdoors. I be like, oh, it's too many people. It's real people out here.
Like I took about to I'm done people in today.
I hate. Listen, I be like, oh, let me wash the public off me because it just. I feel like. Oh, you breathed on me. I don't know. That might be some bad juju.
I will say, like, it's interesting when I'm like starting to get to know a guy, and one of the first things they ask you is, "What do you like to do for fun?" And I'll be like, and I really think I'll be like, I want to come up with something exciting, but I can't. I like watching movies, reading books, hanging with friends. Like it's nothing like
walking around Walmart and Target used to be our shit. Like when people like.
But we enjoyed the hell out of it. But it's like other people be like, I like rock climbing, and then
rock climbing.
I actually had a dude say that, but it's like he's an outdoor person. Now, do I like the outdoors? No, actually I do. I'm not going by myself, so I mean, it's different if I'm going with a group of people. We doing a trip or something, but just to be outdoors, Yeah. Yeah, like Georgia is hot. I hate it.
How about let's go climb the mountain?
Georgia is hot, and like I tell you, I'm a winter baby. Yeah. You want to get me outside? October, November, December, all that. Yeah. Yes, I love being outside when it's cold. This heat right here, I don't want to be outside. Yeah. I don't like outside when it's hot, and it's hot 9 months out of the year. Yeah. In Georgia, so I'll be like, look, this whole what do you like to do for fun? Be in the air conditioning.
Be comfortable.
Right. Relaxing. Sitting around sweating and perspiring does not make me.
I say glistening.
I can't stand it. Where it's like you be outside 20 minutes and the sun done drained you like you've been outside for 4 days. And you be like,
or you go outside and you just come back and you look like a pork. Like a raccoon because the sun didn't just attack. And I'm like, I like you, son. Why are you beating the hell out of me? And then people be like, you like being outside? No, I like being at the beach outside. It's a different kind of hot. It's when the ocean air blowing.
Oh, you're not wrong.
It's not
different.
Yeah, I don't like sitting outside and watching a sport I know nothing about. That's why everything come out my mouth be like
wrong.
Wrong.
But
I do I love my son. I'll be like, why you didn't pick basketball?
Let me tell you about this. So Ethan plays football. We be at the game. Why he hit my baby? He was supposed to. He's doing his job. He didn't have to hit him like that. Actually, he did.
No, he did.
Because if he hadn't, Ethan would have scored. And
and
he didn't want him to do that. Right. And it's like, I'd be like, I need you to learn this sport, that he's big on right now.
Yeah. I did.
Like, no, why did he do that? He was supposed
But listen, in my defense, my child his coaches keep putting him in different positions because they're like, oh, he's an athlete. Well, athlete his ass in one position so I could read and research. I knew what a running back was. You get the ball, you run. Then they want to put him at what else
He's been a tight end.
Tight end. I don't know what that is.
He's been on defense.
Yep.
He's been the nose tackle.
And then on special teams, I'm like, what's so special about this team? Why? So it's just. So my thing is, I was like, why he couldn't play basketball? But then I'm thinking, damn,
you don't understand basketball.
Don't either. But they be getting in a lot of fights. At least the gate surrounds the field, and the parents can't get there. And I am a responsible parent. And I take responsibility in the shit that I say when it come out my mouth about how your child ain't shit and I'll fight you.
Lord,
I ain't gonna fight your kid. Your kid shouldn't have hit my kid. Now I gotta hit his mama. It's the truth.
Yes, Dion. Oh Lord. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you
I gotta do better. What? I am doing better. I ain't got no charges. I ain't had to use no bail money. Yet. But that's still good. I'm good.
Yet.
And he's still on the team. And he's gonna be on that team. Because if y'all know how much I am, listen, I'm gonna use the word again, responsible.
All right.
Shareholder in this team because all that money that we had to pay this year. I told him, I said, you get in trouble. I'm like Claire Husband, I want all my money back. $97,150 back.
And 62 cents, and I want my money now.
Jess said, not what's
So special about the team.
You know what, Jess?
Hey,
you weren't supposed to bring it back up.
These are real questions that she asked, though, and I've been looking at her like,
it is true. We got a whole lot of sports shows. Listen, you won't let me come on the sports show, and
maybe you should watch when they talking about it.
I do, and I don't understand nothing they saying. I don't. And even when they be talking about the rap and all that other stuff, I'll be like, that's a nice song. They be like, we don't sing. I said, he sings so good. No, he rapped. Okay, well, it's a nice song.
Yeah, started on preseason. Yes, absolutely.
Y'all.
But see, that's the thing. I will give Courtney credit where she'll be like, she'll watch a game with me and be like, what's that? What's that? Now, I tell her in certain games, this is not a game for you to ask questions because I want to focus on the game. Yeah. No UGA games. You cannot ask me about no UGA games. Let's do a different one because that's my team. I don't want to spend that time. No, but I will give her that. She'll be like, okay, what he just did. What was that? I'll give her that. What I will say is the retention of the knowledge.
Yeah.
No, but I did a good thing by making sure my son knew. I said, go ask your nanny. So when people are like, oh my God, he knows so much, his nanny.
Not remedial sports podcast.
They do need, and they need that. Listen, there was this class, no lie. And I'm taking responsibility. I don't know shit about sports. Now you ask me about a cake and what you got to put in it and how you got to bake it and how long, what the time. I say, nah, baby, it smell good, it's done. I could do that. I could probably shut your ass up with this cupcake. I take responsibility all day for what I do and do not know. And I don't give a shit. I will talk all the shit I want and be wrong. And when you be like, you wrong, I know. Why are you listening to me? I'm talking to myself. I'm saying what the hell I want to say. Because if it stay in, then I'm going to have an argument within myself. So I'm saying that loud. Like, you wanted to answer. So now you can have an argument with me. So that's your fault. It ain't mine. So yeah, like I say, it makes me happy to be oblivious sometimes to things.
Oh, is that what it is?
It do, friends. Sometimes I'll be like, this pisses a lot of people off.
So like, this is a classic ignorance is bliss kind of moment.
And like when I say charcuterie board, charcuterie, she gets upset because
charcuterie board.
Charcuterie. Isn't it like a cooter board or something?
Charcuterie.
Yes, that thing. She know. That's like me.
I don't understand why she don't just call it a cheese plate. Like I'd rather hear you say that than this other foolishness that she be saying.
And it's just like I don't go in the bar and be like, let me mix up a drink because I don't know that shit. But I'll be like, that rainbow drink was really good, or that thing with the coconut and the pineapple, like it's good, or the sex in the sand, you know,
sex on the beach.
Yes, the sex in the sand.
Sex in the sand. I don't know why anybody would want to drink that because that
on the beach,
all in your crack.
That's not what that is.
That was terrible.
But yeah, so
look at her.
You will learn to love me You do.
Pray for
Thank you.
y'all.
Yeah.
Just, top of the prayer list.
I
And
like
the bottom.
prayer.
Start and end with Courtney.
Amen. But it got to be something great about me. It got to be. If this mean one right here been my friend for 20 plus years,
Why gotta be all that?
I'm just saying, friend, got to be something great about me, and she loves me too.
Okay.
It just is what it is, and all the people talking shit in the comments. Y'all know that too. Y'all, so if this was my
Okay, Courtney. Heard.
From now on.
Don't you dare call me that.
It's happening.
I will say your full government.
Go ahead.
Damn it, it don't work when you're okay with it.
My name is
So-
beautiful.
It is. It really is. Because I was gonna name it.
But I be
had
telling
another kid
myself
after
that,
me.
like, on days where I'm really, like, struggling with something, I'll be like, I'm randomly Lane Glover. This is not going to beat me. Like, that's my motivation.
That's
So, that works. We love you, Cupcake.
Oh, who is that? I don't even know who that is. So when we get
My
off of
cheeks
here,
hurt.
I'm just gonna let y'all know when we get off of here, the owner and starter of I Am
The
Woke
mastermind
Group.
behind I Am Woke.
Blame him for the ignorant shit y'all hear come out my mouth. Because he pushed this for me to have my own show. So I'm gonna be talking all the tea. Wait till I get a subject about your ass. Accountability for putting Courtney on this show. That's next on our show.
Oh,
So we're about to end it out. I love y'all ladies. Is there anything that you want to say what's coming up big in November?
No.
Nothing in November.
It's all kind of stuff happening, but no, I don't want to talk about it right now.
Okay.
What I will say
Come in
is,
my bosom.
oh my God, no, I got my
Come
own
in my
bosom.
bosom.
Go into your bosom.
No, this is what I deal with, y'all. But this been so good. But like, honestly, I would say that I love how we're doing this and creating conversations.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite things about us as a people, is when we start really having conversations and start breaking down barriers and start really discussing stuff, because I feel like we could go so much further as a nation of people if we start having important conversations. Like, we spend a lot of time, well, other people do, because I don't, they spend a lot of time having dumbass conversations that don't matter, and it's, arguments that end up going nowhere.
Yeah.
So like, having conversations is, spark resolution, because our younger generation needs us to get our shit together, because it's us. Our parents are pretty much, our parents are done. Our parents at the grandparent stage. Like, they imparting wisdom, but at the same time, that part's on us now. And I think the younger generation really needs us to get our shit together. And like, my generation in particular, us 80s babies, like, we so good at minding our own business, and sometimes we be like, maybe we need to start participating more.
Yeah.
Because I'll be the first one to tell you, minding my business is literally second nature.
Yeah.
And they be like, you ain't heard about this? No. You don't know about this? No.
Yeah.
I don't know about none of that, because
Yeah.
I'm constantly in my own. But our generation does have a lot to offer, and we need to get to a point where we're sharing that more, because this younger generation needs that. Like, they have so much that they are accustomed to as far as like technology and advancement, and in a lot of ways they're so smart, but in a lot of ways they're still so behind, because there's so many habits, traditions, and things like that we don't share enough with them. So they lose a lot of like respect for certain things, and a lot of stuff gets lost in translation. And I just feel like that's our responsibility.
Yeah.
As the older, that's our responsibility to really help open their eyes. So as they're moving forward, they're still taking some things with them. Like, I always think about the right to vote on voting day, how we didn't have that before.
Yep.
And I feel the weight of that responsibility to continue to vote every single time, because of all the people that gave their lives, gave their bodies, gave their mental for us to be able to do that. And it's like, we still need to translate that to this younger generation, so they understand the history of who we are as a people, and why it's important for us to participate in certain things, because somebody died in order for us to be able to do that. So I love that we're doing this, and I love that what was giving people an opportunity to be able to do that and open the door for those conversations, and our responsibility to share what we know with the younger generation.
It's like not keeping keeping to ourselves.
Yeah.
That's one thing. A lot of people like, oh, don't share your talent. Don't do this. Don't do that. But just because I'm showing you how I do something, or like even you having your show, they're having their shows, we're all different. We all do things different. It's always going to be, nobody can be you or have what is for you, because what is for me is for me, and what is for you is for you. But everything that we know and we've learned, it will die with us if we do not teach our kids. That is a true responsibility. We have to keep passing on these gems for them, because they might know a lot about technology, but they lose their social skills with each other. They don't know how to be with each other in a room. They don't even know how to use a house phone.
She called, one of my friends called me and was like, hello, 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 hello.
Right. Say something.
I said, baby, when you call me, we can't just get into a back and forth hello match.
It's like, hello, may I speak?
Hello, may I speak? Yeah. And then she called again and she said, so I said, hello. She said, hello. I said, Danessa. She started laughing. She's like, sorry, can I speak tonight? Yes, ma'am.
So,
and little stuff like that,
it's
like we
big.
need to start telling.
even just how to just manage yourself out in public. Like these kids, this is one thing. Okay, I feel like we've lost the responsibility in teaching our kids how to respect their elders. Yes, they might be wrong, but there's a way you handle older people and stuff. You wouldn't catch me telling Audra May, and that's my grandmother. You wouldn't catch me telling Audra May to shut the hell up, because I would get a good slipper and
or even say certain things around them. Like
yeah.
I saw a teenager talking to an older person. Now they weren't being disrespectful, but they were using a lot of their slang.
Yeah.
No, when we're talking about that generation gap, it's certain things like, oh yeah, you like my drip? She don't understand that.
She like, what's
and she looking at you like, what? And it's like,
the faucet?
It's like, come.
It's
like, come back. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's almost like they don't know how to conduct themselves in different environments around different groups of people. And it's like there's being true to yourself, and then there's understanding. There's a way to adjust yourself depending on who you're talking to and who you're around. And it's not being fake. You know, it's understanding that there is a different tone, a different vocabulary. It's different when you're with different people in different environments. And like I had one child ask, I went to Burger King, you want cheese or no?
See, that's
my blood boils, because I'm like, in customer service, really? You really just,
I'm sure.
I was so angry, because and I'm sitting here like, I ain't hear no manager in the background saying, because I'm like,
because my auntie would have popped you.
Right.
Like, not in the drive-thru.
Yeah, my auntie would be like, get off my clock.
I mean, it's like in that moment, you don't understand that what you say at school cannot be said at work.
Yeah.
Like, you got to learn to adjust when you're in different environments. And again, that's our responsibility. We got to teach them that. And they need to understand it's not being fake. It's not knowing who you are. It's understanding that you have to adjust for a certain environment.
Yeah.
So, is there any last words that you would like? Customer service today is trash.
I agree.
Agreed. Beyonce said she was happy that we were moving back, and I'm happy too. So I'm happy that you invited me on. I used to have a podcast, so to be back in like this space and talk to y'all it's been awesome.
You might be
really
open
fun.
Can't learn by saying that.
Randy, you already know. Look,
you too deep.
Yeah, so thank you so much. It's been awesome.
Yay.
I appreciate you.
I'm truly happy y'all coming back. So also, everybody, just know, literally, I Am Well Media has a lineup for you. So tomorrow night, we have All Things Undone with Granny She Is. And then, we got Tuesday, too, with Breaking Barriers. Drea, the Dream was on here with us, one of the hosts. And then on Wednesday, we got UGK. I can never say that name.
UGK.
Underground Sports Kings. But where sports and culture collide. When I tell y'all, I watch it. I don't know nothing, but they do be speaking some really good stuff. They working on me. Don't worry about it. So, we have something for everybody. And Black with No Chaser Radio, get the app, y'all. We on Spotify, we on YouTube, we on Facebook. We try to
out
get
there.
to Wo got us everywhere. Like we a McDonald's on the corner, baby. Everywhere you go, we out
We
there.
can't be somebody else's.
Now McDonald's, well, a good chicken spot that was in the hood, and now we about to bring it. The franchise about to be out
We
there.
can't be Popeyes.
No, friend, we're gonna be that hood spot that everybody's like, "Oh, that chicken's so good."
What's that
Where's
crunchy chicken that be at the gas stations?
But we about to be out there
chicken
national.
good.
I
Hey,
hate
them,
y'all.
that biscuit
I
is a
hate
bomb.
that.
Why you playing? I'm just saying.
So, so before we go, I want to run it back one more time and let y'all know that my best friend, Miss Randy, is coming for y'all in September. So we gonna run it one more time so y'all can see and y'all get that name so y'all know, because me and her gonna be fighting over the Thursday spots. Because I'm not doing Fridays. I got Friday football, and y'all know y'all want me to be at the game.
Oh Lord.
I mean, what song is that?
Whoa, what
what
song is
song?
that? Because it's bomb.
Yeah.
We need
We
that.
dance every time.
Okay. And I feel like it's a vibe. Like,
Button.
what?
Like I gotta be in a sexy red dress and put my finger in.
Come on, Johnny Gill.
Okay. So I just want to thank everybody for joining us. Maybe next time I'll be a whole lot better than each time we're getting better and better.
Sign off with one more of the songs.
Yes.
Everybody get one more, including you.
God damn it.
Yeah,
Dang it.
including you.
Not gonna put G. We're gonna all do it. Ooh, you got a hard one.
Okay.
Oh, God.
I don't like mine.
What's yours?
Bank.
I wish I had money in the bank. You know, I can make up a song, friend.
No,
Right.
that
Put the
is a
money
song,
in
though.
the
That
bank. It is?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, that's a song.
Money in the bank. Mm-hmm.
Look, we'll switch. You take bank. I'm gonna take
This
yours.
was,
You don't know.
I don't know what that one is. Y'all, this is hard. Y'all help us
Look,
out.
maybe I can quote a
Okay.
movie.
We got
Okay.
bank.
So we got Caution. We got Outcast. That's I know y'all got that one. And then Bank.
Ain't nobody dope as me. I'm just so fresh, so clean.
so clean.
Caution.
Caution.
And bank.
Throw caution to the wind.
That's not.
I'm making it up.
I'm about to say
I
that's
can
not
do
a song.
Okay, friend, pull one more. And then we gotta get out of here. Cause
Follow.
I got one already. You want to switch yours? Yeah. Switch it, y'all. Yeah.
I will follow you.
See, switch again. Cause
Follow
every time our eyes meet, they be talking to me.
She talking tea.
Oh, hey!
I can't sing, but I'll rap on it. Dinner, winner.
I
Yeah.
love it. Not the finish of the winner. That's old school. That's old school Courtney right
So,
there.
yeah.
Thank you.
So, and she had Talkin, so Talkin tea, and she got followed. So follow us, y'all. That's it. And I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Love y'all. Remember, be
Like, comment,
responsible with the
subscribe.
tea you talking, baby. Good night.
Bye.
Good night.